Hey boys and girls, Ken Smith, KenSmithFishing.com. Got a lake update, a little bit of fishing update for you. And then on the back end of this, the Outlaw Outdoors New Year's Eve tournament, they whacked them. And Moon Pie and I were supposed to fish it, but he had some stuff come up for work. Sarah said she would fish it with me, but the forecast, and it did rain all morning, and we don't have her a good rain suit yet. So I slept in. But I did go to the weigh-in and thought it'd be interesting to just see what the guys caught, and you'll see there's some unbelievably pretty healthy fish. But before we do that, a couple of things. First off, I got to give a shout out to Darcy. Hey Darcy. So Grant Allen Ritchie posted something on Texas Bass Heads that I want to show you right here. I had to post this. This is Grant with his daughter Darcy. Check it out. Learning about fishing early, watching Ken Smith Fishing. Darcy, thanks for watching. Darcy, over here, look over here. Okay, I'll stop. So thanks so much for that. I love that she's laser focused on the video. I think that's really cool right there. I also just picked up a young man in Afghanistan in the Army following me. So I would love to know, by the way, just for grins, comment below if you would, and just tell me your hometown. You don't have to say anything else. Just I'm curious where all we're being watched. I'm getting 1,300 views every day, and I think it'd be kind of fun to see. I know a lot of them are around Rayburn, but I've gotten some great comments out of some guys in Kentucky. I've gotten some comments out of several guys in California, Arkansas, Oklahoma, Nebraska, Kansas, Chicago. So put your hometown down below. I'm just real curious to see where all we're getting out to. So anyway, Rayburn, you'll see in the video, it was in the low 170s. It's now 7.5 feet high. It's whatever that makes it, 171.9, almost 172. Off-color waters moved down the lake when we were there this weekend, all the way to the 147 bridge. Not muddy, but much more stain than what we're used to at Rayburn. And we did get on the water a little bit this weekend, not much. The only real decent fishing I got to do was, I think, Saturday in the rain, and I can't record in the rain, so I caught a few fish, but I certainly didn't catch 26 pounds worth of fish, which is what you're going to see it took to win the Outlaw Outdoors New Year's Eve tournament. So let's jump in and look at a little bit of fishing here, and when we come back, we'll talk about some other stuff. Oh, you know what, before we go there, let's talk about ramp closings. So guys, I know the tour guys are coming in town. I just saw a post that Mill Creek is now closed. It looks to me like, and guys, please comment below if you know there are either other open ramps or other closed ramps. But Outlaw Outdoors just posted that yesterday, that right now Castle Boykins is still open, Shirley Creek is still open, and the public boat ramp at the dam where you guys will be going out of is open. By the way, they have closed Caney, so don't make the drive to Caney. It's closed. Jackson Hill is open. Powell Park is open. And they're saying McAllister Park, which I don't know McAllister Park. I'm sure you can Google it and find it. But it looks like maybe only about 6 ramps open right now. There's a lot of water in the lake right now. The lake, if you look at the numbers, the lake is usually about 112, 115,000 acres. When it hits 170, it's 140,000 acres. So it's a really big lake right now, and getting bigger by the moment. The lake's continuing to go up. So let's jump in and look at a little bit of fishing real quick, and then I'll come back and we'll add some more stuff that might be of interest to you guys to it right here in a second. Hey fishing fans, Ken Smith, KenSmithFishing.com. So it is Sunday morning, day before New Year's, leaving Castle Boykin Ramp. Real quick, so I'll show you some fish from yesterday, but there's not much to it. It's 9:45 on a Saturday morning, Saturday before New Year's, and I've run a lot of pretty good looking stuff. The water's come up tremendously, obviously. I've not had but one bite. I just had that bite right here in a little drain, and I saw the fish. It was about a 2.5 pound fish who just ran up and sort of kind of grabbed and sped out an A-rig. So they're just not in a biting mood right now. Who knows why? But I've seen them do this before, and when they do, I can normally pick up that wacky Cinco and catch them. So
I'm gonna dive that Cinco around back here for a minute and see if I can't catch it. I would imagine there's a group of fish right there. I can't imagine that fish is back here by itself. I had that fish swipe at that A-rig. God, that's a fat little fish. So I wanted something, obviously they weren't gonna eat. I wanted something they'd react to. So, I mean, that's just a keeper maybe, but that's just a little, that's that deeper running, oh shoot, I'm sorry guys, my mind's not clear right now. Oh, it's a little Rapala jerkbait. What's it called? Shadow Wrap Deep 2. There you go. Just read off the side of it. That fish whacked it too. It was a good bite. Let's see what happens. So that's kind of yesterday. It's late today. It's 10. I'm just now getting out here. There was a benefit tournament here yesterday. I did not hear what won it, and I hate that I didn't know about it. I would have donated. Just to fish. So to that point, guys, if you know of a benefit tournament down here, or you've got a little open tournament you're trying to raise money for, give me a shout. KenSmithFishing@Outlook.com and let me know about it. And I'll promote it on the video. You know, I mean, that's the whole point of this thing, is to let people know what's going on around Rayburn. So in the future, give me a shout out on that. So obviously fishing's gotten a lot tougher. The water is almost to 170 this morning. I think 169.9 is what I saw. We're gonna go out and try it a little bit longer today. I'm gonna spend most of the day out pretty deep, even though I'm not gonna fish a long day, and then we're gonna fish that tournament tomorrow and just see what happens. One note, I did see a guy knocked his motor off his boat yesterday or the day before. I've heard several different stories that he hit a floater, he hit a stump. I believe from the right source I've heard now that he hit what we call the Calhoun stump, which is a big stump on a little hump around Calhoun Point. So obviously it's at a super dangerous level, and I'm going that way anyway, so I'm just going to run by there and show y'all where that is on the graph so that everybody knows where that is. And we'll go see if we can't catch a few more fish today. So stay tuned, here we go. I've got mine set, so I come around Calhoun Point. You see, I usually run inside of this. Now, I don't know if he actually hit that stump right there or not, but there is. Actually, we can probably see it. Well, I didn't see it on the side scan, but trust me, there's a great big stump on that little hump right there. And so that hump, if you just want to know, you can see at the top right there, north 3112 209, west 094 18 060 060. When I run that, you can see I come around Calhoun Point and I hug it, because what I'm doing there is I am shooting straight across to run in behind. You can see there's the corner of the forest coming off Peckerwood, so I come around and I just shoot straight to that corner, and then I run up from there. So just avoid that area, guys. That's a nasty spot. Okay, in this section right here, I mentioned Carl Skiles hitting a stump, and it was not a stump. I talked to Carl Sunday or Monday. He hit a floater, and he was very lucky. He was between Calhoun Point and the bridge, just out in the open, nothing out there. Said he's tooling along about 4,000 RPMs, brand new 521L, brand new
4-stroke Mercury, and he said just bam, he hit it, sheared the motor off. Said he started, if you've never had your motor, I've had it where it trimmed completely out of the water. You have no rudder. So he's just skipping along. Said it started skipping sideways. Said at one point it felt like it was going to roll over on him. Luckily it finally stopped facing the opposite direction from where they were going. So lesson there is a couple of things. They were very, very lucky. I believe he said he had his son and maybe another guy with him as well. They had their life jackets on. He was only going about 40 miles an hour. He said he was just putting along, and this could have been a catastrophic accident. The water temperature right now is 52, 53 degrees. This could have been bad. They were very fortunate. I continue to see guys together and by themselves running around with their life jackets off, and it just kills me. I hate seeing it. If you follow Bass Buster, every other week he's posting where we lost somebody, and most of the time they didn't have a life jacket on. In the summer it's important. In the winter it's incredibly important. You hit that water, you've only got a couple of minutes to get yourself out of that water, or you're not going to be able to use your hands or your legs to get out of the water. So guys, wear your life jacket, wear your kill switches, be super careful. Had he been going a lot faster, by the way, so he told me he hit it and called somebody to tow him in, and then got on trolling motor and went back and looked at it. He said it was just a big floater just under the water. He said actually he may have turned into it a little bit. He saw a little piece of it sticking out, and I guess kind of misjudged it and crawled. Forgive me if I'm misquoting you there, but I'm glad you guys are okay. So that's that. Okay, so when we jumped into that, I was just taking off, leaving Castle Boykins to go fishing. I think that would have been New Year's Eve. And as soon as I got out to where I was going, I ran about 12 miles down the lake. It started pouring down rain. And I caught a couple of small fish, had one about 3.25, and that was it. I was not excited about fishing in the rain. So came back in, and then on New Year's Day, Moon Pie and I got out a little bit and fished. So we've got a few fish catches here. What you might notice here is, I don't recall Moon Pie getting a single bite. Now he is a good trap fisherman, but although those guys whacked him, this is what happens. I wish every video I posted I'm whacking them, but this is what happens when you get rapidly rising water and not being on the water for basically about 8 or 9 days. I lost contact with the fish.
Look at this crappie. How deep he ate that 6 cents bait. Look at that. Golly. I'm here to tell you, he smoked it.
I wonder if the hook didn't pull out.
It couldn't. It's all the way in him. I don't know if I can get him loose.
Need needle nose?
I got needle nose.
I got some
There you go.
forceps in there.
That's a dandy. He wrecked it, man. Whoop. And then I had another one I saw come up and bite it. Come up and barely slap that. Get down there and get hooked again.
Big bite? You buying a Academy?
No. No, these little baits here. The little hooks on here. It's called biting. It's called biting ball heads or something like that. Boy, he smoked it. He put it all the way in his mouth.
And this is going to be interesting. What you don't see in any of these videos is I did go up and flip the bushes. I fished the backs of the drains. I got out real deep. I fished the grass, I fished a jerk bait, I fished a swim bait, I fished a swim jig. I did a lot of stuff. Now, and I did it all the way down to like 5 fingers. I fished basically from the deer stand to 5 fingers. So obviously those guys that are standing on the water, I mean, if it takes over 18 pounds to get a check in a tournament with only 55 people, they're paying one place for every 7, so they actually played quite a few places. I lost contact, and that's what happens with this rising water. You FLW tour guys, or anybody else that's got a tournament coming up down there in the next week or two, you guys got a true challenge in front of you. The upside to you guys is it's taken most of the local advantage away from these guys, because where some of these fish are, there were rabbits running around, a month and a half ago. So this leveled the playing field. I still think some of the Rayburn guys will do very well because, well, for a lot of reasons, but because we have fished the lake when it's been this high before. So you guys got a real challenge coming up. The tour guys or anybody else that's down there. I will tell you, I think there's a couple of guys that this high water might play into their hands. Chris McCall, if you don't know how Chris McCall fishes, Chris McCall has his trolling motor on 70-80% and just flies. And sometimes when you got these fish scattered like that, that can really help a guy. So don't discount that guy. Don't discount my partner Dickie. He can find fish, and he does well when it's tough. He always has. If you look at his history, he wins tournaments when the fishing's tough. And the fishing, although there's going to be guys bag them up, the fishing's not great. Matt Reed and Clark Ream, if the fish are deep and if those fish bite, those guys both could play. And don't forget Nick LeBurn. I never can pronounce your name right. I'm sorry, Nick. But out of Louisiana, won the All-American last year. That guy's a hammer, has been a hammer on Rayburn the last couple of years. So this is going to be a lot of fun to watch. Good luck to all of our Texas and our Louisiana fishermen down here locally, and all you guys coming in. And remember, be safe. Even though the water, although the standing timber is way down and you can run anywhere, all those trees that fell over back from the high water in 15 and 16 are floating down the lake now, or a lot of them are. So there's a lot of big floaters. So you guys, please be careful. We do have a few Ken Smith fishing shirts. I made several for friends and family. A lot of my family got them for Christmas gifts. They were thrilled. If you're interested in getting one, Lynn at Bass Strike in Zavala has about a dozen of them. So you can swing by there this weekend and pick one of those up. Love to see some of my buddies wearing my shirts out there. And otherwise, good luck to you tour guys. I'll be real interested to see how y'all do this weekend or next week. And I'll be real interested here in just a few minutes to start watching the weigh-in at Amstead, and hoping some of my buddies down there did well too. So thanks. There will be vehicles at my house over the next week or so. It will not be me. I've got some tour buddies staying there. Chris McCall and Matt Reed and another guy are staying there. So if you stop by to say hello to me, I won't be there. Those guys will be there. So anyway, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for subscribing, and thanks for sharing. And we'll see y'all on the water weekend after next. We won't be down this weekend. Thanks, guys. Hey guys, I realized as I was editing this footage that the video from Outlaw Outdoors weigh-in, he's got music playing in the background. So there's some issues with trademarks or whatever with YouTube. So I'm going to cut this video here and just set up another video right behind this where I'll make some changes that I think they'll allow me to post that video. So there'll be a second video right behind this one if you want to watch the Outlaw Outdoors Smackdown. I think it's like over 18 pounds to get a check, so there's some bags weighed in. So that'll be coming up right here.